Rejection is one of life's most difficult teachers, isn't it? It stings, it bruises, and it can leave you questioning your worth. But here's the truth: rejection is never a reflection of who you are at your core. It's a mirror that reflects the other person's journey, their uncertainties, and their blind spots. So why do they come back? Why do they suddenly see your value after they've turned you away? Let's explore this, not to place blame, but to uncover a deeper truth that will set your heart free. You are a light they weren't ready for, and that is a truth that carries profound meaning. Sometimes in life, your presence, your energy, and your essence are too radiant for someone to handle. It isn't that you're too much, it's that they haven't yet cultivated the capacity to embrace what you offer. Your light, your love, and your authenticity shine in a way that can be overwhelming to those who are still grappling with their own shadows. When you bring kindness, understanding, and sincerity into someone's life, it can act like a mirror. It reflects back to them all the areas where they may feel inadequate, uncertain, or unprepared. Your ability to love openly and without reservation might confront them with their own fears of vulnerability. Your strength may challenge their insecurities, and your willingness to show up as your true self may feel like a stark contrast to the mask they are still wearing. This can create a gap, a space where their own fears, doubts, and limitations take center stage. It's not that they don't see your worth. In fact, they see it all too clearly, but sometimes that clarity is what frightens them. They may reject you not because you lack anything, but because they feel unworthy of standing in your light. It's a paradox: the brighter you shine, the harder it may be for them to stand beside you. But here's what's important to remember: their inability to receive your light is not a reflection of your value. It's not an indictment of who you are or what you bring to the table. It's simply a testament to where they are on their journey. We are all walking our own paths, and for some, the path of self-discovery and self-acceptance is one that takes longer to navigate. When someone isn't ready for your light, it's often because they're still working to uncover their own. They may be caught in cycles of doubt or self-criticism. They may be clinging to old wounds or limiting beliefs that tell them they don't deserve the love or connection you're offering. In their eyes, your light may feel like a reminder of what they've yet to heal. And instead of facing that, they turn away, not out of malice, but out of self-preservation. This isn't your burden to carry. You are not responsible for dimming your light to make someone else comfortable. You are not meant to shrink or hide just because someone else isn't ready to step into their own power. Your role in this world is to be exactly who you are, to shine as brightly and authentically as possible. When they turn away, it's easy to internalize the rejection. You might question yourself, wondering if you could have been more, done more, or given more. But the truth is, you are enough exactly as you are. You don't need to twist yourself into someone else's idea of perfection to be worthy of love and acceptance. It's also important to recognize that readiness is a deeply personal journey. Just as you've likely had to grow, heal, and evolve to become the person you are today, so too must others. Some people need time to confront their fears, time to build their confidence, and time to learn to love themselves. And sometimes that journey takes them away from you. But here's the beauty of being a light. Even when someone isn't ready to stay, your presence still makes an impact. You plant seeds of possibility in their mind. You show them what it means to live authentically, to love deeply, and to stand in your truth. And those seeds may grow in their own time, even if you never see the result. When they do come back, as people often do, it's usually because they've started to recognize the light they turned away from. Maybe they've done the inner work and feel more equipped to meet you where you are. Maybe they've realized that your love and energy were a gift, not a challenge. Whatever the reason, their return is not a validation of your worth, it's a reflection of their growth. You are a light they weren't ready for, but that doesn't mean you should wait for them to be ready. Your journey is too precious, your growth too important, and your light too radiant to be placed on hold. Continue to shine, to grow, and to pour love into yourself. The people who are meant to walk beside you will step forward without hesitation, drawn to your light, not out of fear, but out of joy and appreciation. In the end, your light isn't just for others, it's for you. It's a source of your own strength, your own healing, and your own transformation. Let it shine unapologetically, and trust that those who are ready will not only stand in its glow, but will celebrate it with you. Rejection can feel like a heavy weight on the heart. It stings, leaving behind questions and doubts about your worth or the choices you've made. But rejection, when viewed from a higher perspective, is not an end, it is a redirection. It is life's way of steering you towards something better, something more aligned with who you are meant to become. When someone or something exits your life, it's easy to focus on the loss, to feel that something precious has been taken away. Yet rejection is often an act of grace in disguise. It creates space, pushing you to step back and reconsider the path you're on. It's as though life is gently saying, this isn't for you, not because you're not worthy, but because there's something greater waiting ahead. Rejection has a way of shaking us out of complacency. When a door closes, it forces us to stop and reevaluate. Maybe you were pursuing a relationship, a job, or an opportunity that wasn't truly in alignment with your purpose. Maybe you were settling for less than you deserved because it felt comfortable or familiar. Rejection disrupts that comfort and challenges you to ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? What is it that I truly deserve? In the moment, rejection feels personal. It can feel like someone has looked at you, at everything you are, and decided that you're not enough. But the truth is, rejection is rarely about you. It's often a reflection of the other person's capacity, preferences, or path. They may not have been able to see your value because they were too focused on their own struggles. Or perhaps they recognized your brilliance but knew they couldn't match your energy or meet your needs. Either way, rejection is not an indictment of your worth. Life has a way of protecting us from things we can't yet see. Imagine you're driving along a road and suddenly you're stopped by a detour sign. In the moment, it's frustrating. You wanted to go a certain way, and now you can't. But what if that detour is saving you from a dead end or an accident further down the road? Rejection works in much the same way. It reroutes you toward a path that is safer, brighter, and more fulfilling. It's natural to grieve what you've lost, and it's important to honor those feelings. But as you process the pain, begin to ask yourself what this rejection is teaching you. Is it encouraging you to set higher standards for yourself? Is it guiding you toward new opportunities that you wouldn't have considered otherwise? Is it showing you where you need to grow, heal, or shift your perspective? When you embrace rejection as redirection, you open yourself up to possibilities you might have overlooked. You start to see that every no is making space for a bigger yes. Perhaps the job you didn't get is paving the way for a career that aligns more closely with your passions. Perhaps the relationship that ended is clearing the path for a deeper, more soul-enriching connection. Rejection also teaches resilience. Each time you face it and rise again, you become stronger, more confident, and more self-aware. You learn to trust yourself, to trust life, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You begin to understand that rejection is not about failure, it's about refinement. It's life shaping you, polishing you, and preparing you for something greater. There's also a profound sense of liberation that comes from realizing you don't have to chase what isn't meant for you. Rejection frees you from situations, people, and opportunities that don't align with your highest good. It redirects your energy toward what truly matters, allowing you to focus on your growth and your purpose. The beauty of rejection is that it often leads to breakthroughs. How many times have you looked back on a situation that felt devastating at the time and realized it was a blessing in disguise? Maybe that breakup led you to discover self-love. Maybe that missed opportunity pushed you to develop a skill that later changed your life. The truth is, rejection often holds the seeds of transformation. Trust that rejection is a tool of the universe, guiding you toward the places and people where you are meant to thrive. Trust that every closed door is a signpost pointing you in a new direction. Trust that even when it hurts, there is purpose in the pain. You are not defined by rejection. You are defined by how you respond to it. Let it redirect you, not just externally, but internally. Let it push you to examine your dreams, your values, and your deepest desires. Let it inspire you to create a life so full, so rich, and so aligned that rejection becomes nothing more than a stepping stone along the way. Understanding that people learn at their own pace is one of the most freeing realizations we can embrace in life. It's a truth that applies not only to education or skill development, but also to personal growth, emotional healing, and self-awareness. Each of us is on a unique journey shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and the lessons life has offered us. And because of this, no two people will walk the same path or grow at the same speed. We live in a world that often values speed and immediate results. There's a tendency to expect others to catch on quickly, to grasp concepts, or to meet us at the same level of understanding that we've reached. But the reality is that growth doesn't follow a linear timeline. Some lessons take years to sink in. Some habits take countless attempts to change, and some wounds take a lifetime to heal. When someone isn't moving at the pace we think they should, it's easy to feel frustrated or impatient. We might wonder why they don't see what seems so clear to us, or why they haven't yet embraced the changes we think are so necessary. But this frustration is often a reflection of our own expectations rather than an understanding of their process. Everyone grows in their own time, and forcing someone to rush their journey rarely leads to lasting change. Think about the times in your life when you were stuck in a cycle of fear, doubt, or resistance. Perhaps someone offered advice, shared wisdom, or pointed you toward a solution, but you weren't ready to accept it. Maybe you needed to experience the lesson firsthand or reach a breaking point before you could truly understand. This is the nature of growth that often requires time, experience, and a readiness that can't be forced. For some, the lessons of life come quickly, while for others, they unfold slowly. Neither path is better or worse, they are simply different. A person who seems to take longer to grasp a concept or heal from a wound is not failing, they are processing in the way that works for them. Growth is not a race, it's a deeply personal journey that unfolds in its own time and its own way. It's also important to recognize that readiness plays a huge role in learning and change. You can offer someone all the tools, guidance, and support in the world, but if they're not ready to receive it, it won't take root. This doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. Sometimes the seeds you plant today will bloom much later when the person is finally ready to nurture them. Patience and compassion are essential when dealing with people who are learning at their own pace. Instead of pushing or pressuring them, try to meet them where they are. Listen without judgment. Offer guidance without expectation. And most importantly, trust that they are doing the best they can with what they know and where they are in their journey. This understanding applies not only to others but also to yourself. How often do you criticize yourself for not learning fast enough, not healing quickly enough, or not reaching your goals on time? Just as others grow at their own pace, so do you. Be gentle with yourself. Celebrate the small steps, the incremental progress, and the lessons you've learned along the way. Learning at your own pace doesn't mean avoiding accountability or refusing to grow. It means honoring the process and recognizing that true change takes time. It means allowing yourself and others the grace to stumble, to fall, and to get back up again. It means understanding that each person's timeline is shaped by factors we can't always see past traumas, current struggles, or even the way their mind processes information. When we accept that people learn at their own pace, it fosters deeper connections and more harmonious relationships. It allows us to let go of control and trust that everyone is walking their path as they're meant to. It teaches us patience, empathy, and the beauty of witnessing someone else's growth, no matter how long it takes. Growth is not about keeping up with others or meeting someone else's expectations. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in your own time and in your own way. And when you extend this understanding to others, you create an environment where they feel safe to grow at their own pace. You become a source of encouragement rather than pressure, and that makes all the difference. So the next time you find yourself wishing someone would hurry up and get it, take a step back. Remind yourself that they are on their journey just as you are on yours. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And remember that everyone, including you, is exactly where they're meant to be in this moment. Growth isn't about how quickly you get there, it's about how deeply you learn along the way. You are a magnet for healing, and this truth is far greater than you may realize. Every part of you, your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, holds the power to attract the healing you need. Healing is not something that exists outside of you, waiting to be bestowed by others or by chance. It is something you naturally draw toward yourself when you align your mind, body, and spirit with the energy of wholeness and restoration. Your journey of healing begins with the choice, the decision to believe that you are worthy of it. For many, this is the hardest step. Doubts, fears, and past hurts can create barriers that make healing seem distant or unattainable. But the truth is, those barriers are not insurmountable. The moment you start to shift your focus from pain to possibility, you activate the magnet within you. You begin to pull healing into your life piece by piece, moment by moment. The energy you project is what you attract. If your thoughts are filled with negativity, self-criticism, or hopelessness, you may find yourself stuck in patterns that keep you from healing. But when you begin to replace those thoughts with compassion, gratitude, and a belief in your ability to heal, the world around you responds. Healing opportunities, supportive people, and moments of clarity seem to appear almost as if by magic. Yet it is not magic, it is the power of your own energy working in harmony with the universe. Healing is not always about fixing what is broken, it is about uncovering the wholeness that already exists within you. Think of yourself as a garden. Even when weeds take over or the soil seems dry, the potential for beauty remains. Healing is the process of nurturing that garden, removing what no longer serves you, planting seeds of hope, and allowing time for growth. Just as a garden needs sunlight, water, and care, your healing journey needs patience, intention, and love. One of the most powerful ways to activate your magnet for healing is through self-awareness. When you take the time to understand your emotions, your patterns, and your needs, you gain the ability to make choices that support your healing. Self-awareness allows you to recognize the areas of your life that need attention, Whether it's setting boundaries, letting go of the past, or embracing a new perspective, it empowers you to take an active role in your own healing rather than waiting for circumstances to change. Forgiveness is another key element of the healing process. This doesn't mean condoning the actions of others or dismissing your pain. Rather, it means releasing the grip that anger, resentment, or guilt may have on you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It frees your energy from being tied to the past and opens the door for healing to flow into your present. When you forgive, you make space for peace, and in that peace, healing becomes inevitable. Your body is also a powerful ally in your healing journey. It has an innate ability to heal itself when given the right support. Pay attention to what your body needs: rest, nourishment, movement, or stillness. Treat it with kindness and respect, understanding that it carries you through every moment of your life. By honoring your body, you strengthen your magnet for physical healing and create a foundation for emotional and spiritual well-being. Connection plays a vital role in healing as well. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Seek out environments that nurture your growth. Connection doesn't always mean being with others. It can also mean connecting deeply with yourself, with nature, or with a higher power. These connections remind you that you are never alone in your journey and that healing is a shared experience. As you move through your healing process, remember that it is not linear. There will be days when you feel strong and days when you feel fragile. Both are part of the journey and both are valid. Healing is not about erasing pain, but about transforming it into something meaningful. It's about finding the lessons in your struggles and using them to create a life filled with purpose and joy. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and resilience. Celebrate those steps. Celebrate the courage it takes to face your pain, the wisdom you gain from each challenge, and the hope that keeps you moving forward. These moments of celebration are what fuel your magnet for healing, drawing more and more positive energy into your life. You are a magnet for healing because you are a being of light, love, and infinite potential. The more you align with that truth, the more healing you will attract. Trust in your ability to heal, even when the path seems unclear. Trust that the universe is supporting you in ways you may not yet see. Most importantly, trust in yourself. You have everything you need to heal within you. All it takes is the willingness to believe and the courage to begin. You hold the power, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Deep within you lies a force capable of transforming your life, shaping your destiny, and overcoming the challenges that stand in your way. It's easy to forget this truth, especially when life feels overwhelming or uncertain. Yet, no matter the circumstances, this power remains yours. It waits patiently for you to recognize it, to believe in it, and to use it with intention. Your power is not something external. It isn't dependent on others' approval, nor is it tied to material possessions or status. It is innate, a part of who you are. It lies in your thoughts, your choices, your actions, and most importantly, your ability to respond to life's events. While you may not control everything that happens to you, you have absolute control over how you choose to face it. That choice is where your power begins. Every thought you think carries energy. When your thoughts are focused on fear, doubt, or negativity, that energy can weigh you down, making challenges seem insurmountable. But when you shift your focus to hope, possibility, and solutions, your energy changes. You begin to see opportunities where before there were only obstacles. This isn't just optimism, it's the power of your mind at work. Your thoughts shape your reality, and by choosing thoughts that empower you, you create a reality filled with strength and resilience. Taking responsibility for your life is another way to tap into your power. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for every setback or hardship, but rather recognizing that you have the ability to influence your circumstances. When you stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you, you reclaim your power. You realize that you are capable of creating change, even in small ways, and that those small changes can lead to profound transformation. Courage is a key part of accessing your power. It takes courage to step outside your comfort zone, to face your fears, and to pursue your dreams despite uncertainty. Courage doesn't mean you won't feel afraid. It means you move forward anyway, trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Every time you act with courage, you strengthen your power. You prove to yourself that you are capable, and that belief becomes a source of unshakable strength. Your power also lies in your ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable and change is inevitable. Resisting change only creates frustration and limits your growth. But when you embrace change, you open yourself to new possibilities. You discover that you are more flexible, resourceful, and resilient than you thought. Adapting doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means finding new ways to achieve them, even when the path looks different than you imagined. One of the most profound expressions of your power is your capacity to heal. Whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual pain, you have the ability to move through it and emerge stronger on the other side. Healing is not about erasing pain, but about transforming it into wisdom and strength. It's about honoring your journey and recognizing that every challenge has the potential to teach you something valuable. Your power extends to your relationships as well. The way you interact with others can either uplift or diminish both yourself and those around you. When you choose kindness, empathy, and understanding, you create connections that empower everyone involved. You have the power to inspire, to support, and to make a positive difference in the lives of those you touch. At times, it may feel like your power is out of reach, especially during moments of doubt or hardship. But even in those moments, it is still there. It's in the strength it takes to get out of bed when you feel defeated. It's in the determination to try again after a setback. It's in the quiet resolve to keep going, even when the path ahead is unclear. Remember that your power is not about perfection. It's not about never making mistakes or always having the answers. It's about resilience, persistence, and the willingness to grow. It's about learning from your experiences and using those lessons to become stronger and wiser. You hold the power to create the life you want, to overcome the obstacles you face, and to be the person you aspire to be. No one can take this power from you unless you give it away. And even if you've given it away in the past, you can reclaim it at any moment. It's never too late to step into your power and start living from a place of strength and authenticity. So trust in yourself. Trust in your ability to rise, to adapt, and to heal. Recognize the immense potential within you and use it to create a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. You hold the power, and it is a force that can change everything. When someone's actions or words hurt you, it's natural to internalize the pain and wonder what you did wrong. But often the truth is that it's not about you, it's about them. People's behavior is shaped by their own fears, insecurities, and perceptions, which can lead them to project their inner struggles onto others. Understanding this can transform the way you respond to rejection, criticism, or mistreatment. It allows you to step back, preserve your peace, and see the situation for what it really is, a reflection of their issues, not yours. We all carry emotional baggage. For some, it's unresolved pain from the past. For others, it's a fear of failure or a struggle with self-worth. This baggage influences how people react to the world around them. If someone lashes out or distances themselves from you, it's often because they're grappling with something internal. They may not even realize how their actions affect you. While their behavior may sting, it's important to remember that it's more about their journey than any flaw in you. One of the most liberating truths is realizing that you're not responsible for fixing someone else's pain. You can offer support and kindness, but their healing is their responsibility. Sometimes people don't know how to process their emotions, and instead of facing them, they displace those feelings onto others. They might criticize, reject, or push you away, not because you deserve it, but because they don't know how to handle their own struggles. Recognizing this can free you from carrying guilt that isn't yours to bear. It's also important to remember that everyone sees the world through their own lens, shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and wounds. What someone says or does often reveals more about their perspective than about you. For example, if someone is overly critical, it might stem from their fear of being judged. If they seem distant or unkind, it could be because they've built walls to protect themselves. While their actions may affect you, they are not necessarily a reflection of your worth. This understanding doesn't mean you should excuse hurtful behavior or allow others to mistreat you. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your well-being. Acknowledging that someone's actions are about them doesn't mean you have to accept their negativity in your life. You have the right to distance yourself from people who drain your energy or make you feel small. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's a form of self-respect. When you shift your focus from their actions to your response, you reclaim your power. Instead of asking, why are they treating me this way, you can ask, how do I choose to respond? This shift allows you to take control of your emotions and actions. You can decide not to take their behavior personally and choose compassion for them and for yourself. Responding with empathy doesn't mean condoning their behavior, but it does mean freeing yourself from unnecessary anger or resentment. This perspective also teaches you to approach relationships with grace. Not everyone will meet your expectations, and not everyone will see your value. That's okay. People are on their own paths, and sometimes their journeys will intersect with yours in ways that are challenging. Instead of seeing these moments as failures or betrayals, you can view them as opportunities to grow. Each interaction, no matter how difficult, teaches you something about yourself and about the nature of human connection. When you stop taking others' actions personally, you open the door to greater self-love. You realize that your worth isn't determined by how others treat you, but by how you view yourself. No one else's opinion can define you unless you allow it. You are deserving of respect, love, and kindness, regardless of whether someone else can give those things to you. Their inability to offer what you need says more about them than it does about your worth. This mindset also fosters forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. You learn to forgive people for their shortcomings, understanding that they are doing the best they can with the tools they have. And you forgive yourself for any pain you've carried unnecessarily, for the times you've doubted yourself because of someone else's actions. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it does free you from letting it control your future. Ultimately, it's not about them. And it's not about you, it's about how you choose to navigate life's challenges with strength and clarity. By understanding that people's actions are often projections of their own struggles, you can free yourself from the weight of their negativity. You can stand tall in your own truth, knowing that you are whole, deserving, and enough. Life becomes lighter when you stop carrying what was never yours to bear.